Hi everyone, welcome to Business for Builders podcast. You might be watching this on YouTube. Welcome. My name's Max Peterson, CEO of Smith & Sons. Today on today's episode, I'm actually going to cover off, in the podcast, some of the previous episodes that we've done. We've alluded to, we've chatted about, we've chatted to some of our Smith & Sons franchise general contractors. We're into March 2021, and things are hotting up. We've received a lot of inquiry about the franchise business, and at this point, I handle all those inbound inquiries. And so, it seems like every time I'm talking to a general contractor, there is definitely, even though every GC is different, every GC's business is different, there is a lot of similarities in, let's call it, the deficiencies or the gaps within their business, depending on a lot of stuff, but their background, their skill set, their capabilities. Some guys and gals will be, very good at management, but they won't necessarily have their hand on marketing and branding and that sort of thing. So, what I wanted to do today is I wanted to maybe just, talk about, a franchised opportunity in the building game. And essentially what Smith & Sons is, the franchise opportunity is a business in a box. So if you're like me, I started an apprenticeship in 1989, did 4 years of that, and basically worked straight into being a framing contractor. I was running about 15 guys on, a couple of different crews, and got tired of working for builders, and then went and got my builder's license and started working retail. Now, at that point, I found out that running a retail-facing or a retail-centric building company was quite a lot different to just being a framing contractor, running a few guys. And so it was at that point where my journey really pivoted, and I started to realize and recognize that everything that I'd learned, everything that I had got good at was actually not completely irrelevant, but it was certainly not as useful. It was useful in the fact that building was normal. It was the same. But going and being operating as a business, definitely that was where it changed. So, I want to talk to you as a general contractor. If you're listening to this or watching this, I really want to just give you a little bit of an overview, just something else to consider. You may have heard me in previous other episodes talk about there's three ways you're going to build your building company. One is trial and terror. The other one is get a coach or a consultant. The third one is franchising. One of those three. Now, I think the trial and terror is just a time thing. If you've got 10 or 15 years and a lot of patience and a good bankroll, then you could probably figure it out. But maybe not. The coach and consultant thing is a good option as well. But you might find there's a level of disconnect there, and yet you might, the franchising thing might be something that you consider. I do know straight out of the gate, I was only chatting to a guy yesterday. He's like, Max, great idea, man, but I'm not putting your brand on my truck. So if that's you, I fully get that. What I would urge you to do is, if you're going to have that attitude towards it, you want to probably, double down on your learning curve. And really concentrate on, business processes and systems and things like that, and learn that and implement that, and, be willing to go through some of the trial and terror that it takes to really adapt. And then the third option is what we're going to chat about today, and that is franchising in the building industry. So essentially what we offer general contractors as Smith & Sons is a business in a box. So, I guess to highlight some of the majors that you sort of, a lot of guys will say to me, well, Max, why would I do that? And what do I get? Look, let me rattle off a few. I've got a few written down here. Look, the first thing and the most important thing, whether you're franchise, whether you're coach and consultant, whether you're trial and terrors, man, you've got to have a good culture in the business. Like attracts like. If you're a negative, if you've got a negative attitude towards stuff, and maybe you don't have a good work ethic, well, unfortunately, you're probably going to attract the same sorts of people. So, in Smith & Sons, we like to hang our hat on a really healthy, vibrant, productive, positive culture. Smith & Sons is an international brand. We've got 98 franchises in 3 countries. We've got 6 here in Canada, 5 in BC, 1 in Edmonton in Alberta. We've been operating for about 11 years. We have business systems and processes that are field tested. Of course, over the last 11 or 12 years, we've had real general contractors in the field doing this. We gather a lot of the data, a lot of the feedback, and of course, we improve and we do a lot of research and development and upgrading and updating to ensure that we are being the most effective and we are, out in front of our competition. We have job management software included, a company by the name of BuildExact, which is based out of Melbourne in Victoria in Australia. They are a cutting-edge software system that we utilize across all 98 franchises. Obviously, marketing lead generation, to give you a bit of an idea, and this is definitely one that, it's fairly common amongst GCs. It's like, well, dude, I'm really good at building houses, but getting the phone to ring and then working all these, digital platforms and the different messages for the different platforms and things like that. And how do I write copy and what is hashtags and how do I use those effectively to get the phone to ring? All of that sort of concept around the marketing and the branding of your building company is something that we find that is very elusive to a lot of general contractors, but it's something that we do in-house. We've got videographers in-house that handle all of our production, our content production, and also curate our social media. And I think if you got the chance to chat with GCs, you would understand how much of a weight that lifts off their shoulders when you've got, corporate office that handles all of that side of things. It really does empower both parties, enables us to do better what we do, and the GCs get to do what they do better as well. Something else that we do for our guys is labour recruitment initiatives. Obviously, if you're going to have a good culture, you've also got to be a very good talent scout. You've got to recruit the right people. You've got to understand how to hire quickly, fire quickly, ensure that there's standards, there's checklists, there's accountability in place. So you set boundaries, manage expectations with, new recruits. So that's super important. We focus a lot on that. And of course, there's the initial and ongoing training. Obviously, when the guys get on board, they go through 4 days, a day of induction, a day of sales training, a day of estimating training, and a day of strategic planning and business development. We talk about those concepts over the 4 days, which just quietly is enough classroom time we find for our guys. And then what we find is we always sort of go back to a lot that we learned in the training sectors, and we find that in the field, the guys and gals tend to sort of remember and they learn a lot quicker when they're actually in the process of doing. And of course, the other thing that we have is, a team of general contractors. And this is what you might have heard other GCs in Smith & Sons, and you might be one of these guys and understand where, there's so much secrecy. It's very difficult to, maybe, know a few general contractors and you see them at the hardware, but you wouldn't actually go to them and say, hey, tell me about how you quote, or tell me about how it is that you get paid to quote, or tell me, what sort of software or what sort of markup percentages are you using? Like, there's no collaboration between most GCs because it's dog eat dog. Everyone's in it for themselves. The way that the Smith & Sons business is set up encourages collaboration. Matter of fact, we've got 2 franchised operators in our hometown here. There's about 40 or 50,000 population, did about 149 million in renovations in 2019, according to Canadian Home Builders. And these 2 guys have been inundated. One of the guys, it's March, and one of the guys is booking into Christmas and beyond. Another guy's got 3 months out. He's saying he can't handle anymore. And they're both saying to me, hey, I think we could have another one north of Vernon and south of Vernon. And so here I've got these guys understand that there is actually a lot of opportunity. They don't suffer from a poverty mindset. They see that there's massive potential in the market. There is plenty to go around. And currently in this town, I think we've got about 5 Smith & Sons trucks rolling around town. Matter of fact, an inquiry that we got last week, when we asked them, how did you find out about us? They said, oh, we see your trucks rolling around town all the time. And so there's, when we talk about brand power, that's a completely, individual subject that we could chat about. But, I want you to understand that what the public sees as big, they perceive as better. Does it necessarily mean that bigger is better? No, not really. It's not completely accurate, but perception is stronger than truth. Make sure you hear that. Perception, the way people perceive something, it becomes their truth. And so when they see 5 trucks rolling around town, it makes a heck of a lot of difference. So the same goes when we talk about social presence, when they can jump on Insta and Facebook and go to YouTube and all the kinds of different, and have a look at the website, and there's omnipresence. In other words, the Smith & Sons brand is anywhere that you want to find it. Matter of fact, I think we've just got on TikTok. So, that's the power, that's the perceived bigness of this brand. And it really does a lot of the heavy lifting. And we talk about the testimonials that are on the website, and there's 8 or 10, and there's 2 or 3 more in the pipeline. When you've got customers able to talk, past customers able to talk to prospective customers, a lot of the hard work is done. The heavy lifting is done. And our guys are almost order takers. Now, I don't like that term because you've got to work for what you produce. But I think there's a lot of power in having, past clients chatting with prospective clients, and enables us to build a lot of rapport and credibility and deconstruct that wall of distrust. And look, we focus a lot around mindset, management, marketing, mentoring, and mastery. They're what I'd call the high-performance pillars. So they are mindset, management, marketing, mentoring, and mastery. And so we focus on that collaboratively. We're not saying that you've got to go and do one thing and we're going to do the other. together we achieve more. But it's really important that we embrace not only the power of a brand, but the power of team as well. Power of partnership. There's, all of us can't be one of us can't be as smart as all of us. And we can't possibly do everything on our own. Matter of fact, a lot of the guys just say we're growing at such a rate, we find ourselves really overwhelmed at some points and inundated with tasks, things to do. And that's why it's, one of our guys particularly has now got an interior designer. He's got a project manager. He's got a construction manager. He's got foreman carpenters. He's really, he's got 4 or 5 jobs on the go. He's booking, 6 or 8 months in advance. He has got a very, very healthy building company. And he will go a long way. So just to really close out, if I guess there's all of those sorts of things I've run through really quickly. In essence, what we're talking about is generating more leads, generating or creating more profit within those projects that you win, and having a better lifestyle. As a building company, that is what you want that building company to produce for you. And really what you've got to then think about is really long-term about the real asset potential of a building company that's a legitimate company. You got to think about exit strategies and, what is it eventually? Are you still going to be 60 swinging a hammer, or are you going to be actually 60 and working with a team that produces the lifestyle that you had in mind when you got started 5 to 10 years ago? And really what this, a lot of guys will say to me, well, and there's lots of details that I've just really brushed over really quick, but, you can get into a Smith & Sons franchise for less than the cost of a brand new, pickup. A new crew cab pickup 4-wheel drive. So it's certainly it's a large sum of money, but it's certainly not, for the potential of the business. I think that it's a worthy investment for you to consider. And so, Smith & Sons could be just what you're looking for. If you're tired of doing it by yourself, if you're tired of being on an island by yourself, and you want to, really look at something as a valid option, that I would urge you to take a look at a Smith & Sons franchise today. And, there's probably areas where you live that we can chat about a franchise in your area. So look, if you've got any questions about franchising or anything else, we talk a lot about business systems and their processes and everything that we do in the business. If you've got any questions about that, feel free to comment or send me an email at max@business4builders.ca, or, we'd love you to like and share and even leave a comment, and we'll certainly respond to that in good time. So I wish you all the best, and I hope that's given you something to think about, perhaps even put a stone in your shoe, and we look forward to hearing from you very soon. Have a great day.